AeroCosmos has attracted interest in the United States aerospace community not as a commercial airline or airplane manufacturer, but as a developer of airborne rocket launch systems. Originating from Russia in 1992 under the Makeyev Rocket Design Bureau, the company is focused on blending aviation with space launch technology. Unlike U.S. companies such as Boeing or Airbus that concentrate on passenger and cargo aircraft, AeroCosmos directs its innovation toward transforming aircraft into flying spaceports. This unique approach has sparked discussions among American aerospace analysts, who often compare AeroCosmos projects to past and present U.S. airborne launch initiatives. The central technology of AeroCosmos involves modifying the Aviation IL-76, a heavy four-engine transport aircraft, into a carrier platform for a multi-stage liquid-fueled rocket. The aircraft climbs to a high altitude before releasing the rocket, which then ignites and continues its journey into orbit. For U.S. observers, this is conceptually similar to the Pegasus rocket system launched from a modified Lockheed L-1011, a project that American aerospace engineers have long considered an innovative but niche solution. What makes AeroCosmos notable is its ambition to scale this idea into a larger, more versatile platform capable of handling different types of payloads and missions. For the United States, where private space companies like SpaceX and Northrop Grumman dominate the industry, AeroCosmos represents an alternative philosophy of space access, one that prioritizes mobility, flexibility, and reduced dependency on fixed launch sites. American analysts reviewing AeroCosmos projects often highlight the potential benefits of such airborne launch systems. Launching from the air bypasses dense atmospheric layers at liftoff, saves fuel, and allows missions to avoid weather delays that can affect ground launches. From a U.S. perspective, these advantages are significant for military, commercial, and scientific missions that require rapid deployment of satellites. Airborne systems can operate from multiple bases, making them strategically useful for both national security and commercial clients. Reviews in aerospace journals and conferences often emphasize that, if proven reliable, the AeroCosmos model could complement the American space launch ecosystem by offering flexibility where traditional rockets fall short. However, U.S. reviews also raise critical concerns. Developing and maintaining a dual system that integrates both advanced aviation and rocket technology is costly. The expense of modifying large transport aircraft, ensuring safety for high-altitude launches, and meeting international aerospace regulations can be prohibitive. In the United States, where private companies compete aggressively on reducing launch costs, AeroCosmos's model is often questioned for its economic viability. American experts also point out that, despite its innovation, airborne launch systems have yet to achieve the same level of reliability, frequency, and scalability as ground-based rockets. SpaceX's success with reusable launch vehicles, for example, sets a very high bar that AeroCosmos would need to match or complement to be seen as globally competitive. Despite skepticism, many U.S. aerospace reviewers recognize the strategic importance of AeroCosmos's work. For a country that values multiple pathways to space, having airborne launch capability adds resilience to the broader aerospace sector. In military terms, mobile launch systems reduce vulnerability, since they are harder for adversaries to track and disrupt compared to fixed ground launch facilities. From a commercial standpoint, American companies working with small satellites might one day see partnerships with firms that adopt AeroCosmos-like technology, since low Earth orbit satellite constellations require frequent, flexible, and cost-efficient launches. In summary, reviews of AeroCosmos from a United States perspective are mixed but generally respectful of its technological ambition. American observers see both opportunity and challenge in the Russian company's airborne launch approach. While the U.S. already leads in reusable rockets and private space ventures, AeroCosmos demonstrates that alternative models can play a role in the global space industry. For American analysts, the company is not a competitor to passenger jet makers but rather an intriguing aerospace innovator that redefines the boundary between aviation and spaceflight. The reviews consistently note that its success or failure will depend on whether it can scale the concept economically, deliver reliable results, and carve out a niche alongside the more dominant ground-based launch systems that currently define the U.S. market.